What's up, everyone? Hope you're having a good day today. Fix this right here. There we go. Let's see. Let's share our screen. Okay. So, guys, just wanted to hop on real quick. Hope you're having a great Friday. Wanted to share some results from this past month or so of some of my students, and just kind of give you an update of what's going on in the world of overages and surplus funds. Things have been very busy. Foreclosure activity has been heating up, as well as tax sale activity, and we've seen quite a bit of overages being generated. And a lot of people are posting their wins, and I just want to say, like, I appreciate all of those who share, both their wins and their losses as well. There's nothing wrong, guys, with sharing your success. Now, some people say, well, keep it to yourself, or it comes across as bragging or whatever. Here's the thing. If sharing your success inspires someone to take action that changes their life, then isn't that something good that you should be doing? Like, being this, like, it's good to be humble, yes, but it's also helpful to share your wins and teach and help others as well. So here's a couple of examples of folks that had some wins in June. Here's Megan. I laugh at this post, because she says, here's one of probably my smallest check ever. You may not be able to see it, but it's a check for $5,026. So, if that's a small check, awesome. She's killing it in the game. So, I mean, and she does this part-time as well. She's got a full-time job, and, she doesn't do this full-time, but, an extra $5,000 here and there, no one's going to complain about that, right? So this is actually, I was very surprised as well. She said this was a pretty quick turnaround. She filed this case in May, and it paid out in June. That's not normal, at least not in my experience. Typically, you're looking at 3 to 4 months from when you file before you finally see a check. But hey, sometimes you get cases that pay out very quickly, such as the case in this one. And she gives some good advice here. Self-belief and hard work will always earn you success. Amen, Megan. I agree wholeheartedly. So you got to believe in yourself, guys. You got to believe it's real and that it can happen for you. Because if you don't, then how is it ever going to happen for you? If you don't believe that you can achieve something, how are you going to achieve it? So that was Megan's success. Here's another one. This was actually Michelle's first deal, so pretty awesome. You can see that this was a recovery of $69,000. Now that's the gross amount, so that's not the take home. You can see here that this was our first deal. $69,000 was the total recovery, and then 30% to us, and that and then the attorney's fees will come out of that 30%. So. But you can do the math on that as well, guys. 30% is 69,000. Do the math on that. Even if your attorney's fees are a few $1,000s, that's a pretty good payday. It's a 5-figure payday from one deal. So, and then you can see what she mentions here. She says, thank you, Nick, for sharing his time, business, making the course easy to understand, continual updates. So, yeah, thank you, Michelle, for sharing your wins and just inspiring people and letting them know what's possible. I appreciate you. So it's another that's a home run for somebody's first deal. Again, that's not normal. Typically, guys, you're looking at an average profit between 5 and 10K on a typical, run-of-the-mill overage deal. But sometimes you get some big ones, and I would consider this as a big one. So. But that's the thing with overages. There are little overages and there's big overages and everywhere in between. And as far as commission, guys, there is no standard. My average is between 20 and 30% when it comes to commissions. But keep in mind that everything is negotiable in this business. You can negotiate whatever you feel is acceptable, or whatever you're willing to do, or whatever you find is a win-win between you and your client. Okay. I have charged as low as 5% on an overage case. And then on super small cases, I've charged as high as 50%, and everywhere in between. 20%, 30, weird percentages like 27.5. It's a case by case basis, guys. And so there is no set rule. There's an average for me. Again, like I said, an average is between 20 and 30%, but there's no hard set rule. It's whatever you negotiate and whatever is a win-win between you and your client. Okay. What's up, Arnell? Arnell's actually here. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. So Arnell had some really good months recently. I had a great recovery in April, another good check in May. So 31,000 recovery in April, 43,000 in May. And, I just love his advice that he gives here as well. It's important, again, to share your lessons and to share your wins, because it can help change someone's life. It can help change someone's financial situation, whereby breaking a family cycle of financial burden. That's quoting Arnell. And that is so true, guys. Like I've experienced that myself, where, I've been able to overcome some things in my family as well, and maybe exceed some levels than those that were achieved by those before me. And that's a good thing, because now I can pass on the lessons that I've learned to my children, and hopefully they'll pass on those lessons to their children, and so on and so forth. If you come from a family that maybe is, maybe you grew up poor, maybe you grew up middle class, it doesn't matter what your background is, but you can be the spark that changes future generations down the road. And that's very important. That is, talk about leaving a legacy. That's one way to leave a legacy, is to be able to pass on what you learn to your children and your grandchildren. Here's the bottom line, guys. Why do you think I make YouTube videos? I could say that I do it for you guys, and I do, but I also do it for myself and my family. And the things that I'm learning, I put it out there to the public so that you guys can benefit, but also it's for selfish reasons. Okay. My family's going to learn from the lessons and the things that I go through. So I hope you do the same. I love this quote too that Arnell shared from Eric Thomas. This question of what are you willing to give up to go up? That's very true. In order to reach a higher level, you have to let go of where you're currently at. So love Eric Thomas. You guys should check him out. Great motivational speaker. Oh, here's another check from Arnell, 58,000 recovery back in May as well. Highly recommend you guys go check out his interview on YouTube. He shares some really good advice that anybody can use, not just in overages, but just very good life advice. Arnell's just a good, solid dude. So you should learn from him, because he has a lot of golden nuggets. So I appreciate you, brother. Here's another one. This was from Amari, and $76,000 recovery. I like this too. She split it between her sis and her. So I love that as well, guys. I love when, students bring in family members into the business. I always like that because, I'm a family person. I've got 2 kids and, married, and I think that's really awesome. I find that a lot of my successful students bring their family into the business, or they partner with someone like a very close friend. And so that I think is very important as well. If that's something you want to do. Now, you don't have to do that, but I think that's cool to be able to lift up your family along with you. I think that's awesome. And I love seeing that. So anyway, guys, I think that's it. Yeah. Just a few deals, from students. I was going to share some case studies, but I'll leave that for next week as well. Announcement as well, guys. So y'all know that my course is pretty expensive. It's $2,000 right now. If you want, there is a 4th of July special happening, so you can take advantage of that right now. Okay. I will post a link in the comments to that. Okay. And then I'll upload this to YouTube as well. And so you guys can take advantage of that. You can save $500. Okay. So it's normally 2,000. If you want to save $500 and get it for 1,500 and get started, and hopefully you can get some checks like these as well. And then you can email them to me and you can tell me what you did and how you celebrated and how it helped you and your family. I would appreciate that. And if you have any interest in joining this journey and helping people recover their overage and their surplus funds from foreclosure sales and tax sales, then I invite you to do so. If you see that there is a benefit for you, if you see yourself, doing this business and helping others and, being compensated well to do so, then I'd invite you to start your journey. I'm sure all of you know that we are in a recession, even though it hasn't been technically announced. We're in a recession, bottom line. Okay. And so recessions are good times to keep track of our expenses, make sure that we're not being frivolous. And it's also great times to develop additional income streams and to fortify your financial foundation, your financial house. Okay. And so I would strongly encourage you, whether it's overages or not, I don't care, but I would strongly encourage you that if you do not have multiple sources of income, that you make that a priority in your life. Okay. People say money's not important. That's BS. Money is very important. And when you don't have to stress about certain things because you have the financial resources to take care of those things that money can solve, it helps a lot. And I just think about where I came from and making, 30, 40 grand a year. And those times were stressful. It is stressful to worry about whether you're going to pay your bills or whether you're going to make a mortgage payment. I do not hope or wish for that stress upon anyone. But the bottom line is, in order to eliminate that stress, you have to increase your skills. You have to develop skills so that you can generate income outside of an employer. Okay. So that's my 2 cents as far as what you should be doing in today's environment. Okay. Get your house in order. You may have heard of that recently. I strongly encourage you to do so. And physically, financially, spiritually, emotionally, with your relationships, everything, guys. There is, we're all living it, right? We're living in difficult times. I think they're going to be more difficult. So prepare yourselves. All right. That's all I have for you guys today. Short little video. Just want to pop on here and again, share some of those stories with you, some of those case studies. Again, appreciate all those who share my thoughts. And that's all I've got for you guys. Again, I'll post a link. If you want to take advantage of the 4th of July sale, you may do so. And that's all I've got for you guys. Appreciate you. Have an awesome day. Have a wonderful 4th of July weekend. Go out and do something that you love. Spend time with those you care about. Enjoy each other's company. Be safe. Appreciate you. We'll see you later. Thanks, guys.